presented to the court, and the court looked at it and asked this Attorney General, look, this report itself is saying that there were no systems in the government. The arbitrations were, the allocations of these coal blocks was totally arbitrary, totally nepotistic, etc. So, what do you say to this? Have you read this? So the Attorney General promptly got up and said, no, I have not read this. In fact, it has not been shared with the government. The CBI has it. If it is shared with us, then we will respond to it. At which the court or the judges asked the Additional Solicitor General who was representing the CBI, he said that, well, I hope the CBI is not sharing this, it's good that the CBI is not sharing this report with the political executive, but we would like the Director CBI to file his personal affidavit in the court saying that they are not sharing it with the political executive and that they will not do so in the future. And thereafter it transpired that in fact just 2 days prior to this hearing, before the status report was given to the court, that there was a meeting called by the Law Minister in which the Director CBI, some other CBI officers, the Attorney General, the Additional Solicitor General, they were all present, and the report of the CBI was not only shared with all these people, but it was changed and diluted at their behest. And that goes to this issue of how do we expect corruption to stop in this country? Can we expect corruption to stop in this country unless we can get an investigative machinery or an anti-corruption machinery which is independent of the government? And that is why the whole Lokpal agitation was to put in place a anti-corruption machinery which was independent of the government. But this government and all governments, in fact even the opposition parties, do not want that to come in place, because they all feel that whenever they are in power, they will use the investigative machineries like the CBI not only to protect themselves but also to harass their political opponents in order to allow their governments to survive. So unless we can put in place a robust, independent anti-corruption machinery in this country, unless we can put in place robust regulatory institutions to regulate environmental externalities to the environment, externalities for intergenerational equity, externalities by way of social impacts, etc. All these regulatory agencies have virtually failed because of corruption, because of the control over all these agencies of this corrupt corporate mafia that comes and sits on top of our entire establishment. Therefore, unless we can do that, I am afraid that this country is not only headed for environmental ruin, it is headed for social ruin, it is indeed headed for civil war.
Okay.